In the Poison Ivy series, Ivy would go meet a man named Mr. George Halloran to inquire about a job opportunity. Mr. George tells her the job is hard work, so don't apply if you can't do the job. But Ivy tells him she's not afraid of hard work as a little plant starts to sprout from her. As Mr. George shows Ivy around, he rudely grabs one of his employees named Jesselyn and tells her to show Ivy how everything works. As Ivy makes her way to the shipping and receiving floor, her hallucinations are starting to get worse, seeing as she's undergoing a self induced poisoning as she spreads Ophiocordyceps lamia through the country. As Ivy is introduced to her coworkers, she quickly gets to work as she thinks to herself, you should understand what she's doing by now. These packages are headed all over the country, and the ones Ivy packs will be teeming with lamia spores. She thinks to herself that our insatiable desire for stuff fuels the supply chain. That addiction to stuff is killing the planet. She cannot stop the endless flow of stuff around the globe, but she can weaponize it. As Ivy is working, she notices Mr. George come and starts rubbing Jesselyn's lower back, making her visibly uncomfortable. Now, Ivy asks if she's okay, but she tells Ivy it was nothing. But Timothy explains that this is the only job a lot of them can get, and Mr. George takes advantage of that. They tried to form a union, but they were threatened so much they got scared, as no one can afford to lose their job. Ivy decides to go have a one on one conversation with Mr. George. As George is opening the door to his office, Ivy kicks him through the door and grabs him and lets him know they need to have a little chat. Ivy tells him he's going to email his bosses and admit to being a sexual deviant. Then he's going to recommend all employees for a raise and support their intent to form a union. When asked why he would do all that, Ivy touches him and lets him know he only has another 10 minutes left to live. As Mr. George starts to hallucinate from Ivy's toxin, Ivy turns into a plant monster as she threatens Mr. George. Mr. George claims it's hard being a boss. You just want everyone to like you, but they don't, and eventually you start to hate them. You start to do things you shouldn't as you find fear more effective than love. And that's when it all goes dark as Mr. George dies. Ivy returns to the floor and she informs her coworkers they won't have to worry about Mr. George any longer. But as Jesselyn is so overjoyed to hear that, she grabs Ivy and kisses her. Ivy asks Jesselyn if she wants to get out of there. The two ladies head to a room, and as they make their way towards the bed, they strip off their clothes and embrace and start kissing each other. The feeling of Jesselyn's skin against Ivy makes her feel human again. For a second, she forgets that she's dying. It takes every ounce of Ivy's strength to keep from poisoning Jesselyn. But Ivy is also thinking about Harley Quinn and the words she said to her that she can't take back. She blamed Harley for something that was never her fault. Now she just wants to say sorry and tell Harley how much she loves her. She wants to go home and be with Harley, and after all this, she does want to live. But as Ivy is sleeping, this time she feels it before she sees it as she gets attacked by a plant monster. The monster grabs Ivy and pins her to the ground and slashes at her. But Ivy manages to get on top of the thing and she chokes it while asking who sent the thing. The monster utters the words, "The Green Man knows everything," as Ivy crushes and annihilates the thing. Now Jesselyn freaks out as she's like, what the fuck was that? But Ivy tells her to forget everything and to forget they ever met. But before Ivy can leave, Jesselyn stops her, wondering if it's even safe for Ivy to go outside. But Ivy reassures her that it's not safe if she stays. Ivy thinks to herself that she now has proof that the Green Man is coming for her. But what he doesn't know is Ivy is also coming for him. To be continued.